Do you feel in your 50 years that you've accomplished everything you set out to accomplish?
Well, I feel like I've enjoyed myself, and I've enjoyed the people I've worked with, I've enjoyed the work I've done, and I've enjoyed being a lawyer. So I think if you have job satisfaction, I used to tell younger lawyers, you know, you're going to spend so much time practicing law. If you don't like it, you ought not to do it, because you'll spend more time doing that than you will actually with your family.
All right. Do you still feel that you enjoy the practice of law today as much as you did before?
I do, but it's changed a lot, and you know, change is inevitable. You
Right.
can't get away from change.
Well, what kinds of changes have you seen over the 50 years that you've
Well,
been doing this?
a lot of changes. Technological changes. I mean, when I started practicing law, there were no photocopy machines. You typed carbons. I remember the first fax machines, and then of course the computers come along, and everything speeds up. Clients send you an email, and then 10 minutes later they send you another email. Did you get my email? What's the answer? So the speed has changed a lot. Also, the nature of the law has changed too. We are much, much more regulation oriented. Years ago, the Attorney General's office in Maryland had maybe 10 lawyers in it. How many do they have now? 150, 200? All because of more regulation, more complex laws, more complex society. The nature of law firms has changed. You still have a lot of lawyers who are sole practitioners or in small firms, but the big firms have gotten enormous. And they have this global perspective, which is entirely different now.
Right. I remember when I started practicing, and that was only 32 years ago, you could almost identify all the lawyers in your practice area. And nowadays,
That's right.
there are so many lawyers.
And that's created problems too.
Right.
When the law profession was small and there weren't that many people in it, you were more civil to the people. But if you deal in a large arena where you don't know the people, there's less of a hindrance to your being a jerk or
Right.
you know, whatever.
Do you see more civility today or less?
I think you see less civility today.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.